Hello everyone, my name is Rafal and welcome to my vlog. So on today's vlog, I just want to talk about a little experiment I have done several weeks ago, and the results were so interesting that I've decided to do this vlog and share those information with you guys, because I deeply believe this experiment help you guys with your headshot photography business side. And I found this was incredible experience for me, and I've learned so much from it, so I think it's really worth it to share. And I'm also gonna ask you guys to give me your opinion. So what I've done, I've been seeing a lot of promos, discounts going on all over the social media, where photographers slicing down their prices just to get their clients at their door. And I actually was thinking about it, if this is really works and this is really helps us to push our business to the next level and get more revenue and get more clients. So what I've done, I actually created specific discount and specific ad campaign to promote my headshot photography business for literally half of the price. So I sliced down my prices, I create this entire promo thing, and I actually pushed this whole thing for about 2 weeks. And I got quite a bit of a response. There's a lot of emails. I've got a lot of response from a lot of new potential clients who would like to book the session with me. But what happened at the end of the day, I booked only 2 sessions. Not to mention there were some additional issues with those people, which I'm gonna actually address a little bit later on. But I didn't expect that I'm gonna get only 2, especially I've received not maybe 100 but at least 40 emails back with some potential interest into booking the session. What was really also interesting during that time, that I have booked several my high-end packages where the price is actually tripled what I offered with my discounted package. And I was kind of shocked that people didn't want to even fall for this discount price. They want to stick to these high-end packages. And yeah, I was booking them much more frequent than this discounted ones. And actually I started thinking, like, what's going on here? Why people falling on more towards those expensive packages than the cheap ones? So I sat down, I have a glass of wine, and actually I started really analyzing this entire thing and tried to kind of put some thoughts into it. And this is what I would like to share with you guys and talk about it a little bit more in specific detail. So what I've realized after this experiment, first of all, I think the price is only like a little portion of this entire, I would say, thing which needs to be met in order to you being hired by someone. People look at your style, people look at your references, people look at your portfolio. Also, what is actually extremely important, where they're getting the information from, if they're getting from social media or they're getting from the friend. So there's all those little aspects which needs to kind of work together in order to be hired. And I think most of the time, we as a photographers and business people, we quite often put our mind that a lot of our clients hired us because of the price and price only. And I think this is the biggest mistake, and this is the biggest wrong assumption we can get, that if we actually make our price competitive and the price is affordable, this is what's going to bring our clients to our door. I think this is completely false. This is not going to work, and I can tell you right away that the price is not going to affect how many clients you can book. So this is the kind of the first conclusion I got. So another actually conclusion, what I actually figured it out, that whenever we decrease the prices, we automatically put in our client's mind that the value of our service, of our work is lower. And what it does for our business is basically it's showing that the quality of our work is really low. And even though sometimes I think we have, let's say, good service, our photos are really good, but because of the price, we can definitely devalue what we do, and clients can sense that. And you know, I was trying to kind of also put myself in those people's shoes, because whenever I purchase something, or I'm actually trying to buy something, whenever I see the price is very, very low, my brain automatically kind of gives me the red flag, saying that, okay, there's something tricky here, there's something wrong, there's something not right. That's why the price is so low, and I'm trying to investigate it this little bit more. So this is also applies to what we do. If we have really, really low prices, basically we just sending the message to all our clients that the quality and the service what we do is either poor or is low, and that's why we are trying to kind of do something to get them at our door and get them to hire us, which also it's not a good thing, and it's going to work against us. So another conclusion what I got from this experiment was that we nowadays were really overwhelmed with promos, discounts, and all those ad campaigns, and we don't take them seriously. How many times, I'm sure you guys purchase things and you don't really care about a discount, and it doesn't matter if this is 10-20%, it just doesn't matter. I think when we need something, we go and we look for something and then we purchase it, but we don't buy things just because there's a discount or because there is a good promo. I know there are certain things which of course we like to get a discount, but I think most of the time we purchase things when we need them, not because there's discount. On the top of that, I've noticed recently, and I'm just repeating myself, the discounts are all over the place. I remember back in the days, there are good promos and then, you know, good sales during the Christmas time when everything was kind of going crazy. But nowadays, even if you go to the mall, whatever you go, there's always some promotion going on. There's always something, you know, which is on sale. There's always some discount code. There's always something that, you know, we nowadays, I found, we don't really take this seriously because we are so overwhelmed with this. Has become kind of norm. So for us, thinking that if we're gonna give the discount to the client, we're doing them a big favor. I don't think they actually look at it as something like, oh my God, you know, he is creating something interesting and he wants to give me a good deal. People simply don't care about it as much as we think, and whenever we as a photographers have this mindset that because we're doing a deal we're gonna get more clients, is another false statement. It's not gonna do any good for us. So another thing what I've learned from this, and it was actually one of the biggest thing, that if we slice the prices quite a bit, people don't take us seriously. And that's also what happened in this experiment. I got a lot of requests, I got a lot of emails back, there's a lot of people who wants to book me. But at the same time, you know, they, after a couple days, they have more important stuff to do, or there are some other reasons they cancel on me, and they're like, well, you know, maybe we can do it another time, or we can basically reschedule in the next few months, whatever. So I've noticed this kind of really interesting approach from their side. They don't take me seriously. They don't really care that I booked them and I actually saved the time for them. They basically cancel it, or they try to reschedule it, or they come up with some stupid excuse not to do it, or they didn't respond to confirm that they still want to do the photo shoot. So I think when it comes to the price, whenever we're on the very, very low end, people treat us that way, and this is really sad. This is really actually unfortunate that some of us, we have to go through that, but that's the reality. Whenever we don't have the right prices, people gonna treat us like we're cheap, and they pretty much gonna do whatever they feel with us, and that's kind of interesting because, you know, I've noticed that people who pay way more, they take this whole thing more seriously. They more responsible. They communicate better, and there's a lot of those little benefits which I could notice throughout this process, that the people who pay more, they treat me better. I know that my kind of sounds ironic, and maybe some people don't agree with me, but that's my experience, and it was quite interesting that all these people who are going after those cheap packages, they treat me like, you know, I'm nobody, and they basically didn't even respect what I do, and it was actually a really sad story. But I want to also mention that because I think this is extremely important. So another thing what I also learned from this, and this is also quite interesting, that there's never enough for some people. And what I mean by that, even if I was giving them a discount, and even I was trying to kind of be as much affordable for them as possible, they're still not good enough, and they still want to push to get more discount, and they want to get something extra. They want to push me to the kind of edge of this whole thing. And that was kind of like interesting, that there's some people who are like that. And if we're gonna also pursue those low-end prices, this is the clientele what we're gonna get, and we have to kind of like face them, because you have to say at some point enough is enough, and you have to stick to your guns and actually protect your business and protect what you do and value yourself. Because as I said, there are people who got already 50% discount, they still want to push it, and if I said no, they turn this whole thing against me, and they're like, well, you don't want to give me more discount, I'll go somewhere else. So my conclusion from this little kind of episodes was that there's some people who technically they don't want to hire you. They approach to you, they want to do a little bit of shopping and see how much they can push it, but they already know they're not gonna hire you. And I think what is extremely important in this kind of little statement, that we cannot really push and try to force these people to actually hire us, because I think sometimes we waste way too much time on those people, and we actually forget about those people who are valuable for us. And this was also kind of interesting for me, that you know, there are people who are approaching me and they're like, yeah, I want to hire you. They were making all these promises and statements and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, they canceled on me because, you know, they have something else going on and they didn't care much. And I think for us, we need to realize that if they don't want to hire us, and we can kind of sense in our gut that these people are only going to cause troubles, and we know they don't want to hire us, or they don't want to do this session. They just try to kind of like approach you, have a conversation, see how much they can get, and at the end of the day, they already have this mindset that they're not going to do it anyways. It's just a kind of this game playing with us to see how far we can do and what we can do for them, and it's just kind of interesting because there's one specific person that, you know, in this case, actually they were negotiating and pushing this whole thing back and forth, and I kind of sense that they don't want to hire me. And that's actually what happened when actually I was trying to kind of give them everything what they want and actually please them as much as I could. They still at the end say, well, you know, I don't have time, and maybe I will do it another time. So I kind of like didn't even get angry because I knew which direction this is going, and technically I actually expect the results. So we could go on and on about this whole thing, but let's kind of wrap it up right here. And I just want to actually just share a couple thoughts. First of all, what I think, we shouldn't decrease our prices, and we should stick to whatever we've decided to charge for our services. The one thing what I would suggest is instead of slicing the prices, try to actually bring more value to your services. Try to do better stuff, such as, you know, better style, you know, do better photos, and focus on things that, you know, promise less but deliver more. Slicing the prices and doing promos and discounts, as you probably already kind of know where I'm going with this, it's not going to do any good for you. It's not going to give you more clients. It's not going to take your business to another level, and it's not going to pretty much just, you know, pour your people into your door so you can kind of do more photo shoots and do more sessions. Actually, that's going to work opposite way. And it's gonna just do more harm to you and gonna cause you way more issues, because you are attracting people who it seems like they're not for you, they're not for what you do, they just want to get better price, and they always will find something which will actually work against you. And even if you give them much bigger discount because they think you're cheap, they can still treat you not right, and they're gonna try to push this whole thing to the limit till your probably nerves break down, and it's gonna turn into much bigger mess. And that's what I've learned from this experiment. The good thing what I've done, and I think I took this on the kind of, I wasn't getting emotionally involved in this whole thing. So if people were playing those games with me, I was actually just having fun to see what is really happening, because that was just the experiment, and I knew it's a short period of time, and I just want to see what's going to be happening with those potential clients and those shoppers who just looking for the cheap deal and good price. So as I said, I don't highly recommend it to do that. As I said, stick to your guns, charge more, even if you're not gonna get exact amount of clients who are, I would say, they can afford you, but at the same time, you know, it's way better to focus on those clients who pay more and they value your work more, and you're gonna be much more happier. So instead, shooting volume, try to focus on, you know, shooting less clients but charge more, deliver them good service, provide them good photos, and you will see you're gonna be happier, and your clients also gonna be valuing you way more than you can even expect it. So this is the message of this vlog. I hope that it was interesting. I would love to hear I would like to hear back from you, and let's have the conversation open. I think that was quite interesting, and please, you know, if you have a chance, try that too, because those things, this is a very I would say interesting learning curves for us, especially for the business, because sometimes what we think works, sometimes it doesn't, and we have this weird mindset that people telling us what we should do and what we should kind of run our business, because they get this information from whatever, but actually in practice they simply don't work, and they basically gonna work against that and gonna cause us a lot of problems and issues and harm. So that's my message, and I hope you guys gonna take something out of this. So thank you for watching. I know that was quite long, but I think this topic was quite interesting. So thank you again for you know, sticking to this moment. Thank you again for everything. I would like to wish you guys a fantastic weekend, and I'll chat with you guys very soon. Bye bye.